What's up, gurus? It's your boy Pablo, and welcome to Film Friday, where every Friday we talk about a great movie that you have got to watch. And today's movie is a very good one. It is Leon the Professional, and that is directed by Luc Besson, starring Jean Reno, Natalie Portman, and Gary Oldman. And this is a very good movie. Natalie Portman makes her film debut, and for being so young, she really knocks it out of the park. And we're going to talk about this movie, but I don't want to ruin the whole movie for you because I know that you're going to check it out and watch it. But just to give you a very brief synopsis of the plot, it is a story about a young girl who loses her family to corrupt DEA agents, and she swears vengeance upon them. And luckily for her, she is saved by the bell due to a hitman coming to her rescue. And the plot centers around her living with the hitman after losing her family, and the adventure that she goes on to try to give herself the satisfaction of revenge. And so that's a little bit about the movie, but I think it's a very good action movie. In my opinion, I consider it a John Wick light, in the sense that there is a lot of action that you will like if you like that style of movie, in terms of just an expert hitman doing his thing. And Jean Reno really does a great job portraying Leon as an illiterate but just amazing hitman, really capable of doing a whole lot. And so Jean Reno does a really good job in that portrayal, but I think we really have to speak about Natalie Portman being so young, but really holding her own as a star in this film. And it's, a little bit of a thread to, a needle to thread, because the story centers around this young girl losing her family, and, she's growing up as a young lady. And so she is dealing with the effects of that maturation of, like, puberty, first love, and everything. And here she is living with this hitman, and who has saved her life. So it's a really nuanced performance to really try to embody. And I think Natalie Portman, as a young girl, does a really good job of really just, like, being affectionate towards this hitman, and her saying that she loves him. And this hitman is really, like, he didn't bargain for this, but he plays his role very well as a hero, and in a way, like, serving as a father figure and an older brother and a protector to her, and reciprocates the love in a heroic way. So it's a needle to thread, and in order for it to be effective. And I think that this movie does it well. And of course, the fact that it came out in 1994, it was, I think, it was a different time, but it still managed to be done right. And the movie is really worth the watch. Just for the action scenes alone, I think they do a really good job of just entertaining through the action. And, like, there's moments of humor, but it's really super cool. Like, this Leon guy, the way he holds it down as a hitman is, again, it's of the order John Wick. And so really like the action scenes, but I think that the real star of the movie is Gary Oldman, the villain, portrayal of Stansfield, the corrupt DEA agent, the infatuation with classical music and Beethoven and Mozart, his chemical dependency, and his interaction with his henchmen is really a very great performance, and I think steals the show. And the plot line is really solid. There's really funny characters. Old Tony being this, like, just total mob boss guy who is an acting banker for Leon, and it's just like there's moments of humor sprinkled into this really ultimately a tragic tale about this hitman and this young girl and how he trains her to be a hitman after him. And it's a really good movie. I decided to watch this movie because I recently watched the Lex Fridman interview with Robert Rodriguez, who I think that was one of my favorite Lex Fridman interviews, and Lex mentioned that he really liked this movie, and I'd heard about it before, so I decided that I had to watch this movie to see what people were talking about. So it's a really good one. I recommend you watch it for the action alone, and also for Gary Oldman's performance as the villain. And Natalie Portman shows that a young actress is capable of holding her own. And when you watch movies like The Black Swan, which is another Natalie Portman movie, she is such a phenomenal actress. That's actually a really great movie that we will do a video on in the near future. But that is our Film Friday, Leon the Professional. Check it out. Let me know if you watch this movie. Did you like it? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe here at Ask a Guru TV. That way you can get all of our videos as soon as they drop, and you can stay tapped in. We've got nothing but the best stuff coming your way. And remember, your taste is the world's next obsession. So I will see you all tomorrow. We are announcing the Guru of the Week, the very prestigious award. We have got a great guru for you all. And so till then, we will see you tomorrow. Peace, gurus.